Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this. So first I grabbed two spare pieces of 2x4 and I put them through the table saw, just cutting off the edges to make them perfectly square to get rid of the curves. After that I measured the fence from the blade distance to around 3/4 of an inch, and I just put both pieces through it until I ran out of material. Then I took some wood glue and I put it on two of the pieces, spread it out over them, and then glued them. And to start, I just glued two of the pieces together to begin with, and then later I went back and ended up gluing both of those separate pieces together. Once the wood glue was done drying, I went ahead and took the clamps off, and I went back with some wood glue and a toothpick and filled in the little cracks that were still left open. Once I was finished with that, I went ahead and clamped it back up to let it finish drying completely. I then made a template of the deck size I wanted, laid it out on the wood, and taped it down just to have it secure as I traced around it to get the markings on the deck. After that was done, I took it to the jigsaw and cut out the piece. Next, I took it to the sander and I sanded it with multiple grits. Make sure that you sand it enough so that each of the 4 separate pieces are completely smooth with each other, and then sand it with another finer grit to get it completely smoothed all the way. Once your sanding is complete, you can take the trucks and line them up on the board where you want them. And once you have that done, you can take a pencil or a Sharpie and dot in where you're going to screw out the holes. Next, put a bit in your drill that's a little bit bigger than the screws you have for the trucks and drill out all 8 holes. Next, if you want, you can take a little bit of a bigger drill bit and drill out like sink holes to help the screws sink in. However, I found that the screws sunk in just fine without them. After that, it was time for the pre-stain. So I made sure the board was completely dry and dust free, and I just took a cloth and dipped it in the pre-stain and rubbed it over the entire deck. Around an hour and a half to 2 hours later, it was time to stain, and it's basically the same exact process as the pre-stain. I just mixed it up and then used another cloth and spread the stain over the deck. Once it has been stained and it's fully dry, you can put the trucks onto the board. Now that it is complete, we're going to do a stress test with me standing on it, and we're going to take it out for a spin. So let's get to it.